Pull your listeners into your song. Hey songwriters, welcome back to At Home Songwriting. Since you clicked on this video, you want to learn how you can harness the power of place and time in your songwriting. So what is that power? Almost all of us songwriters want to bring our listeners into our songs. We want them to feel something, and we want them to have the types of experiences that we have when we listen to other songs by our favorite artists and songwriters. Many times as we listen, we don't even realize that songs are giving us information that helps us connect with the song. The song is answering questions that we don't even realize that we're asking. So the questions that quickly can establish place and time in our songs are where and when, and also who. Who is singing? Who is being sung to? When is this happening? Where is this happening? And it seems very simple, and it is a simple concept, but it's so powerful. You may not have paid attention to how these questions are being answered in songs, but let's take a look at some songs by some amazing songwriters like Taylor Swift, Jason Isbell, and James Taylor. So let's look at Alabama Pines by Jason Isbell. Some of you may be familiar with this song. This is one of his most popular songs, and it is just a great song that takes you on a journey, and it gives you just the right amount of emotions, and you really just get caught up in his storytelling, which I think is amazing. So Alabama Pines, the lyrics go, "Well, I moved into this room, if you could call it that, a week ago. I never do what I'm supposed to do, hardly even know my name anymore. When no one calls it out, it kind of vanishes away." So if you look at that line by line, what is the first verse doing? It says, "Well, I moved into this room." So it's setting a who and a where, right? He's saying he's in this room. It's him, the who, the singer, into this room. If you could call it that, a week ago. So he's kind of setting a time frame that we're in the present, and he's talking about the past, right? And then what is, "I never do what I'm supposed to do." Well, why is he saying that? He says, "Well, I hardly even know my name anymore." Why? Because no one calls it out and it kind of vanishes away. So each line is getting us information that we subconsciously want, but we don't know we're asking. So he's setting up a who, where, when, what, and then the why lines wrap up the section. Now, some of you are going to say, did Jason think about this when he wrote this? The answer is probably not. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter, because Jason had the instinct to include that information for his listener. What we're trying to do is to develop that instinct for your songwriting. So if you use the structure in a very conscious and purposeful way, eventually it will become your second writing nature, so you don't even have to think about it as much. So that's the goal of doing these classes and doing these exercises, is to get it into your subconscious so you don't have to consciously work at it anymore. It just happens. So let's look at Fire and Rain by James Taylor. So the lyrics go, "Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to." So look again at what each line is saying. It's saying just yesterday morning. That's a when. They, that's a who, let me know you were gone. That's a what. Also, Suzanne, another who. The plans they made put an end to you. That's a what. And then I walked out this morning. That's a who and a when. And I wrote down this song. That's a what happened. And then I just can't remember who to send it to, which kind of wraps up, why does all of this matter? So again, you see a lot of the first questions happening in the first part of the section, and then really summarizing it and bringing it all together with that last line, or the why. So let's take a look at the song that really got me thinking about questions and how to use them in a songwriting system. So it's "You Belong With Me." It was written by Taylor Swift and Liz Rose. So the lyrics go, "You're on the phone with your girlfriend. She's upset. She's going off about something that you said because she doesn't get your humor like I do. I'm in the room, it's a typical Tuesday night. I'm listening to the kind of music she doesn't like, and I'll never know, or she'll never know your story like I do. So if you look at this line by line, it's really written like a journalist would write. So it starts off with a who. Your. That means that the singer is talking to someone else. So we instantly know that it's in direct address, right? So the first question that the song is answering is who. Well, who is doing what? Well, they're on the phone with their girlfriend. So that could be a what and a where, right? So where's this person at? Well, they're on the phone. And why are they on the phone? She's upset. So in your first line, you have a who, a where, a why, and kind of a what, right? So you're answering like 4 questions just in the first line. So going to the second line then, she's going off about something that you said. So there again, there's another who. And then it's what is happening. So she's going off about something that she said. So when you think about writing, can you use this structure to write your own song? Well, of course you can. You could put a who, a when, and a where in your first line. You could put a who and a what in the second line. And then you could say a why. Well, because she doesn't get your humor like I do, right? So you're setting up details in the beginning of your song, and you're using that to establish why all of this matters. And then you get to the second half of this verse, and it says, I'm in the room. And these are in 3-line segments. You could almost consider these to be like 2 verses, but it's kind of the first verse section. But she's starting off with a who, and then she's advancing the who in the second half. So it started with you. Now we're going to I'm in the room. So it's who, where, and when. So the next line is who, where, when. Pretty cool, huh? So it's I'm in the room. It's a typical Tuesday night. So what's going on? I'm listening to the kind of music she doesn't like. Cool. Well, why? She'll never know your story like I do. So these are all questions that this song is answering that the listener, and we don't even know we're asking it, but we need that information for the song to make sense to us. You can use these effective songs as a template to see where to include information like the who, the when, the where, and the what. And if you're looking to add some more imagery to your songs, you can use your own answers to who, when, and where to do some sense-based object writing. Take 5 minutes to free write from each of your senses about the who, then about the when, and then about the where of your song. Then you can easily scan what you've written for descriptive lines that you like, and you can look for rhyming lines as well. And you can add these into your song sections to give your listeners more imagery. The more imagery that you include, the more original your song will be, and listeners will get deeper into your songs. I've created a 5-week online songwriting course about writing with questions like who, when, and where, and it will help elevate your songwriting to the next level. This course will teach you how to harness the power of place and time in your lyrics, allowing your listeners to connect with your songs and feel a part of the story. You'll learn how to use questions and make your songs more unique and engaging. So don't miss out on this opportunity to improve your songwriting skills and take your music to new heights. Be sure to use the code 20OFF to save $20 off the course, and hopefully you see harnessing the power of place and time in your songwriting is a simple yet very powerful concept. Using questions like who, when, and where can help establish that scene that allows your listeners to really connect with the song and feel like they're part of the story. And by using descriptive language and incorporating sense-based object writing, you can add more imagery to your songs and make them more unique and engaging. So keep experimenting and exploring with different techniques to take your songwriting to the next level. And if you would like to check out a video about lyrical rhythm matching, click here to check out this great step-by-step guide on how to match lyrical rhythm.